Hi everyone, it's Derek from the iReady podcast here, and this is my reaction video to the 1-0 victory today in the Premiership against Hamilton at home. 3 points, top of the league once again. As I said, swings and roundabouts it's going to be for the rest of the year, isn't it? Obviously after the shock defeat of Celtic today against Hibs. But, you know, really it was a game that today was as one-sided as you'll see without us scoring any more. I think we dominated really from start to finish. We never allowed Hamilton players any time in the ball, especially in the first half. We were chasing just about every ball. We were forcing mistakes, forcing the keeper to make a good few saves as well. One incredible save in the second half, and certainly in the first half McGregor had hee-haw to do, absolutely nothing. He had to make a couple of saves in the second half, but there were decent chances. Hamilton caught us in the break in the second half, but you know, that was about it. Certainly we scored in the first half. We were right up for it, and you know, it showed straight away. We were chasing everything. We were playing a very high tempo, and we came close, and really within the first minute as well. It was a short corner, then a great cross into the back posts by Tavernier, skiffs off Lafferty's head. He really should have, you know, put a proper head into it. It hits off the inside of the post, and the keeper got a hand to it to stop it going over the line, and the ball was eventually cleared. But 2 minutes later though, in the third minute, Candeias put us 1 goal up. It was a ball down the left with Grezda to Lafferty in the box. Lafferty spins and shoots, but it was blocked by the defender, fell right into the path of Candeias, and from about 10 yards with a first time shot right into the back of the net. So, you know, the early signs were there. We thought we were going to score a barrel loads, and it never really materialised, unfortunately. I'm not sure if we made heavy weather of it. We certainly were a lot more creative than we have been in the last few games. We've been trying different things in this game, down each wing, through the middle, long crosses, a lot of crossing in this game, and we were nearly there. We just needed that final wee, you know, maybe one wee touch, you know, or we had a touch too many. What Dave says, and I fully agree with him, we really need a poacher up there to support the attackers, especially when Morelos isn't there. Morelos isn't a poacher himself, you know, you can see that with him running back, but we need your kind of McCoist, your Boyd, your even Billy Dodds, Rod Wallace type player in there, just to give us that wee bit more dig, somebody who's going to get the loose balls and just be the poacher. I think that's what we've been lacking for a long time, and they're quite hard to come by, obviously, and that's the reason why we haven't had one. But I think that would, you know, give us a wee bit better outlet, and we would pick up in the loose balls. And we played, but largely we played brilliant today, without, you know, scoring. We did make their keeper pull off a few great saves, and that save in the second half was just something incredible. That was the save of the season so far for me. It was in the 64th minute. It was a long ball played into the box from the left. It was headed back into the middle of the box by our player, ending in Lafferty having a brilliant header right into the middle, the kind of mid-height into the left side of the goal. Lafferty actually started celebrating, but the keeper pulled off this incredible dive and save to keep it out. It was as I said, save the season for me, but really should have been two up there. But it's, you know, times like this, you know, Hamilton were hanging on, and they've got their keeper to thank for a good few saves this time. That was obviously the pick of the bunch, but we kept on plugging away. Hamilton, you know, got a couple of breaks in the second half. As I said, they caught out our defence. I wouldn't say napping, but we were kind of pushing further forward up, and it was leaving us a wee bit exposed, and they got a couple of shots off. McGregor had to make a couple of saves, not world-class saves like that one was, obviously, but you know, he had to be alert on the same, especially given the fact he had nothing to do all game. But we ground the result out, and yeah, it's a hard one to kind of judge, because we were so dominant. We got the win. We were creating a lot more, certainly. There's no doubt about that. You can't say that for the team today. And the amount of corners we had, I think it was something like 25 corners we had all game. We just really couldn't find that last wee bit there to dig it out and get it in the back of the net. But you can't really argue with that. 3 points. Sometimes you're going to have to dig out wins, even though you're completely dominant. You're going to have some ugly wins sometimes, and this wasn't really an ugly win. It was a well won game, and I think Hamilton never had many chances because we were playing so high tempo. So you can obviously say it was a good win today. You know, I'm going to look at it that way, because, you know, we got the 3 points at the end of the day. Obviously, the next game is coming up against Hibs on Wednesday night, which, you know, I would have said should have been. It's going to be a tough game anyway. They always raise their game for the Old Firm, and but obviously they were on a downward streak. But then today's result for them really kind of put the cat amongst the pigeons there. So it's going to be a tough game, absolutely. So we're going to need to play very well again, and you know, if we play like today, I think we're going to have a wee bit more outlet. I think Emery Ellis will be back then, so we've got that other option. In terms of Lafferty, he was getting in about the plays today. He just needed that one wee final kind of touch. I think he had a few. Obviously, the header was unlucky. He had a couple other chances that were a wee bit unlucky, but I don't know if it's more game time or just a wee bit more composure or what, but he's certainly not lit the heather alight like we thought he might have done, considering he was playing very well for Hearts when we signed him. But Arfield as well today stand out, and I have to say Ross McCrory was exceptional today until he came off in the 58th minute. He really played the last 2 games, playing his way back into the team. So it's great the youngster's getting his game again. Sponsors man of the match was Gareth McCauley, which I found a bit strange because, you know, Hamilton really had nothing, 2 or 3 chances all game, and I don't think, you know, our defence were certainly solid when they needed to be, but I wouldn't say McCauley was stand out. Again, Arfield was very good as well for me today. Candeas obviously scored in the goal. So Barisic I thought was brilliant down the left side. Same with Grejda as well. So I'm not too sure when Dave and I will be back with the next pod, but I'll obviously have a post-match reaction out after the Hibs game anyway. So as ever, if you want to check us out on our website, which is ireadypodcast.wordpress.com, we're on Facebook, Twitter, all the social media sites as well. So thanks for listening, and bye.